Hey guys, welcome back to the Talaria Boys YouTube channel. Today we are going to be installing a lot of accessories on Alex's new bike. He has his new 2022 Talaria Sting that we unboxed the other day, and we have disconnected the brake sensors and we have unlocked the bike to its top speed, and now it's time for some accessories. So we're going to start off with these that you see here. We've got a chain and a Warp 9 52 tooth sprocket. That's our favorite size. We'll have another video explaining why. We have some foot pegs, a foot peg support brace. This toe strap is to hold the battery snug so it doesn't bounce around. We have some Scott grips, a Luna riser bar, a grit shift blazer headlight with on and off switch. So we're gonna get all these put on and we'll go from there. First order of business is to get this riser bar installed, and then we're gonna move on to the headlight and switch. You can see we are barless. We've got all the controls hanging down on the sides. We've got the pulling the grips off. Sometimes it helps to use a little rubbing alcohol, slip it under the seal, and that will help you slide it off. We'll get this bar installed. Alex is getting the bar installed. One thing we wanted to mention, a lot of these bikes we see built where the front brake is routed on the outside of the fork. It comes from the caliper to the outside. That is not a good practice, because if you crash, it can rip your brake lever right off your hose. So what you want to do is route it on the inside like this. Hold that. And then it will come up to this guide right here, and it will zip tie perfectly on there, and then go up to the little guide right in here, and it will hold it all safe and secure if you crash. Okay, we have the bar and all the controls installed. We removed this light. The reason we love this grit shift blinder headlight is it is just plug and play. So it is designed to just go right on the stock OEM bracket. You can tilt it however you like, and then the plug just feeds right into the control panel in here and just plugs right in. Super easy. Blinder headlight is attached, and Alex is getting it wired up. You'll just follow it in, unplug the old light, plug the new light back in, and if you want to add your switch, that will be super easy to do as well. It'll just have a 2-plug harness that plugs right in. Nothing to it. Hey guys, so we've seen a lot of comments on what upgraded foot pegs you can use for the Talaria Sting, because it's a kind of a weird size. The stock ones are awful, and we highly recommend upgrading. These are about $30 on Amazon, and they're a decent peg. There's one issue with them, and that is that when they're installed in the OEM mounting bracket that comes with the stock pegs, there is a gap on the bottom, and so your peg sags down, which isn't awful. It's still rideable, but what we do is you can either have somebody weld you a spacer inside here, or what Alex did is wrap 2 spacers in some tape and just wedged it in there. And because there's always tension on this foot peg because of the spring and because you're standing on it, they stay in there and they just act as a little wedge spacer so that the peg is flat. Yep. So those are working pretty good. Your other option, as I know right now, is to buy Warp 9 pegs, which is what Reed has on his bike. They're a decent peg. I would say they're very similar quality, and those pegs are around $100.
Yeah, $100.
So you can get a couple sets of these pegs, wear them out, abuse them, before it's worth spending $100 on the Warp 9 pegs.
All right, Lance is putting on the foot peg.
You can see the difference that it makes. So much grippier. These ones are just downright dangerous, if we're honest.
Yeah, especially for these trails that you need to grip the bike.
Yep. So it comes right off. If you're buying these ones from Amazon, you're going to want to just use the bracket that came with the bike, and you'll just insert them inside. We just are borrowing these off of different bikes, switching them for the stock ones. So that will go right on. Just line up the locking pin, tighten it up, and you're good to go. All right, next step is to put in the peg support brace. Just 2 bolts. Sometimes you have to take off one of these side plates, loosen it a little so it will fit in there, and then you tighten them all back down.
Yeah, I really recommend getting one of these. On my old bike, my kickstand side got bent in just a little bit, and it just gets bent in when you're riding hard. So getting one of these is a must to keep it from rubbing and getting bent. I know 2023 models, Talaria, actually come with one on. So that's really nice.
All right, we mentioned that we use a strap to secure our battery and stop it from wobbling. This is what we use, just a basic kind of cinch strap that you put through. We just put it around the battery and we cinch it to the back. So it just goes through here and just holds the battery snug against the rear and works pretty good. Reed and Alex have been running that for a long time. I just shimmed my battery with a bunch of foam really well, and it's been really secure, but it's a pain, and I can't take my battery out unless I want to re-shim the whole thing.
Yeah, so
Alex can just loosen his
super quickly
strap and just pop his battery out.
Yep, so it just cinches on there. This strap is really long, it's a new one, so I'm gonna cut it and burn the end.
We just put the bracket right underneath there.
A little bit away from the shock. And then just pull as much as you can, and
Nice and snug.
it doesn't go anywhere.
If you really want it tight, get your strap wet and you can pull it even tighter, and then when it dries it will be super tensioned. Time to get the chain and sprocket installed. Surprisingly, we do not have a dirt bike stand, so a 5-gallon bucket works in a pinch.
Does the trick.
Okay, rear wheel is off. Let's get that sprocket changed. We'll have to disconnect the chain and install the new one because you need a longer chain to be able to run the bigger sprocket. So these things are Loctited too, so they're pretty tough to get off. Sometimes you have to use a heat gun to kind of make the Loctite softer so you can get it off. All right, we're getting the last bolt off of this chainring. They were super tight. You can see all the Loctite in each hole still. I had to heat them up for a long time and really have this long wrench, and they just were super snug the entire way out. So we might clean out some of that Loctite a little bit because they're gonna be hard to get back in.
All right, just got the chain on, so as soon as we get the sprocket changed, we'll be able to put it back
so
on.
Old chain off, new chain on. We're almost done. Alex is getting that sprocket installed on the wheel, and then we'll install it back on the bike. Our last upgrade that we're gonna do on this bike for now is to do our seat riser upgrade. This seat slants down pretty good, and we like to have a little bit of rise on the front so that it's almost level. So if you haven't seen our other video, we explain how to do this and the whole how-to and what parts are needed. So just go give that video a watch, but we're gonna do that to this bike in a few minutes. We probably just won't show it on camera because we have a whole other video covering it.
Yep, but we've done that on, I don't know, 6 bikes so far. It's all worked great.
Yeah,
so it's
we love it. It's
worth
so
it.
much more comfortable. Okay, we've gotten all those upgraded parts installed. Let's do a quick recap of what we've done and why we picked these parts. So we did the bar, headlight, grips, pegs, sprocket, chain, battery strap, and we're also going to do our seat riser upgrade later on. We like this light because it's very easy to install, way brighter than stock, has a super wide beam, and it's affordable. It's $50. Throw a switch on there for 20 bucks or so. Just works really good. Nice setup. Strap holding the battery is a must-have if you don't have another option. Some people use those blow up little air pouches to secure their batteries, or they wedge it in there. Upgraded pegs, huge deal. Your feet will slip off the stock ones and you could definitely crash. We got the peg spacer bar that acts as a support. That's a must-have. And then we did the 52 tooth sprocket and 110 link chain to match. This is our favorite sprocket. It gives you a little of everything. You lose a little bit of top speed, but you gain a lot of torque. Helps you get up those steep hills, and it's better for doing wheelies. We also did the Luna riser bar, which really helps for trail riding. Gives you a better position on the bike.
Yep, I think that's about it. We got the grips. I really like these grips. They came with little padding here, which really helps for riding. But other than that, I think we covered it all.
Yeah, lots of little upgrades that really aren't that expensive, but really make a huge difference on the bike. We'll make sure to put links in the description down below. If you watched our very first video on Talaria Boys, we go over this bike right here, which has a lot of the same upgrades, and I talk you through all of those, and that video also has links down in the description, so go check that one out. But thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next video. We're gonna go ahead and do this seat upgrade off camera, and then we'll be ready to ride. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. See ya.